Welcome back to San Antonio Living. There is just something about fresh cut flowers, right? We want them to live as long as possible. Flower expert Julia Laughlin shares a few tips to help your flowers looking beautiful.
If you're lucky enough to get flowers from someone that cares and you want a few tips on how to take care of them and make them last longer, that's what we're here to talk about today. There are some tricks that will help cut flowers last longer. They've been shipped. Normally they've been flown from Colombia or California or somewhere to your local florist and where they were grown, and then they've been refrigerated, packed, and then at that time the florist is going to arrange them for you in a vase, or perhaps you're going to get them in a package that's wrapped up all ready for you to put into a vase. Either way, your stems will last a lot longer. All cut flowers last a lot longer if you keep their water fresh in the vase. That means changing it every 24 hours, so at least every other day if you forget, but no longer than 1 or 2 days without fresh water. And be sure and add water to the vase and keep it full, because the cut flowers will drink a lot of water through their stems, and that will keep them fresh by making sure there's plenty of water for the stems to stay in. Here's another tip. On those stems, whether they come in a package wrapped up or whether they come in a vase, if you want them to last a little bit longer, when you change the water, you can just cut a little bit of tip off of the bottom, maybe 1/2 of an inch, not very much, and by recutting those stems, when you put them back into the water, fresh water, they'll last a lot longer. You'd be surprised how many days it'll make a big difference though. And then the question we always get is, what about that little packet? Yes, this little packet is good. It's got preservatives in it that will make the flowers last longer. So read the little directions on the back, use the packet if you're lucky enough to get one that comes with the flowers, and hopefully your flowers will last a lot longer for you. The other thing you might get, if you're lucky, is a house plant or some indoor plant that someone gives you for Valentine's Day. When you get a house plant, these have usually been grown in a greenhouse and removed from the greenhouse and then sent to the florist or sent from the greenhouse to you. Or perhaps someone picked them up on the bench at a local box store. But at any rate, what they'll want immediately is probably a really good drink if they're not wet. So touch the top of the pot. If they're dry, give it a really good drink, and then find a kind of a bright window to be near. They'll last a lot longer that way. If you want to use it for a centerpiece for Valentine's Day or for a while, fine. But within a week or so, find it a nice bright window so you can give it plenty of light and it'll last for you for a long time. Then check it at least every week to make sure that if the soil is feeling dry, to give it a really deep drink. And most houseplants will get by, if they're not root bound, on a really good drink once a week. Enjoy.